like a welding mask.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a welding mask. I think I should wear it more often. I quite enjoy it.
Do things look more rosy colored when you look through there?
Well, it's a reactor light one, so it kind of is visible. Everything's kind of rainbowed.
That's nice.
And then
Rainbows.
when there's a bright flash, it goes black.
Cool. Awesome.
Okay. By the way, I can show you afterwards how the Affinity is working on the cloud deployment, so you can have an idea. I can illustrate what I've said. Okay, so I already have Kubernetes installed with this one liner on my server. Kesap writes a kubeconfig to the current dir, so I moved it to the kube .kube folder at my home dir, and I should have some pods, some minimal pods here. It deploys traffic, so that's the ingress controller. That means we should be able to pull the IP from the server, right? And once you go through once you install K3D, thanks to these two port mappings, you should be able to pull localhost and receive some response. Unless you have any other service listening on HTTP and HTTPS ports, K3D cluster create should work. And yeah, I shared with Stephen on a snippet to save the, when you use K3D, it allows you to use K3D whatever cluster name as context instead of specifying a kubeconfig file. But if you feel more comfortable using separate config files, because contexts all reside on home directory .kube/kubeconfig, you need to switch context. For some reason, I prefer to have separate YAML files, just use them as you've seen here. Yes. And I can share that snippet.
I've got a question.
Sure.
What's the actual the difference between the K3D and the K3S? Because I used K3S to install Kubernetes, but then K3D to deploy, and I wasn't really clear on what the difference was between them.
Yeah, so K3D is just K3S packaged in the form of a Docker image.
I see.
So it's exactly the same. It's coming from the same vendor, Rancher Labs, and it's just really convenient to remove everything and start from scratch. You can just Docker RM the containers, and you're good to go. If you install, like I did with K3S app, it uses systemd. You have a K3S uninstall command that will remove everything, so it's also convenient. But for my laptop, for example, I always use K3D because I don't want extra services running on my host system. So
okay, yeah, that makes sense.
can I just share the snippet for having a separate file? Hey, Camin, I didn't see you join.
Hi.
Okay, so is K3D ready on your side? Problems? I think I'm gonna just go on copy pasting. The next obvious step is cloning the repository. That's something that, from the README perspective, I've just ignored to, but for that blog post that I plan to do at some point, it's something that needs to be clearly stated. Because, for example, for Steven that needed to install Git on macOS, and he just downloaded the repository as a zip file, so he couldn't switch between branches. Yeah, we had some back and forth that I'm assuming you already have Git there also, and you have clone. And please just throw me any problem or question you have. Coming, I merged to your fix for waiting for Cardano node from the DBSync init container. It's safe, Stephen Day.
Roberto, which branch are we using, Master?
We can use main. I merge everything from the update Cardano DBSync V11, so main should work. Main master, main is the new master. So I supported the wrong cube config.
One beta.
Yeah, this is probably something that, depending on the Kubernetes version you're using. Oops.
Can we customize the API version?
I can just
Without Helm. I usually use Helm, you know.
Yeah, but these are
But we
These
can,
are these are resources for the overlay. So if I'm not wrong, yeah, they are static here. I suppose the version of traffic that the latest K3S is using, it doesn't. I mean, I think the version is a problem, but I'm not sure. Because it doesn't recognize the kind ingress. What the hell? Oh, let me. Oops.
Roberto,
Yep.
just a tiny bit of a heads up. The Kubernetes install link is pointing to Spanish, so that would but I suppose that kind of introduces an interesting conversation about how to then like localize, whether that's a separate repository or something like that.
Yeah, I think. I mean, this is like development documentation. Some proper documentation should be located in a Git book, something separate. I mean, basic next step is to prepare a blog post explaining that you need to install Git, you need to clone the repository, you need wherever is the current state of the art. So yeah, I will keep everything in English in the README, like developer friendly, that then have a separate thing. I think, yeah, this, and the link has changed, so.
Cool, awesome. Yeah, I agree. The Gitbook thing makes a bunch of sense. But yeah, either way, like running into these things, this is one of the interesting reasons to do this, to work it out as we go along.
Yep.
So I've hit my major snag, which is that so Fedora Silver Blue runs Podman, which is a rootless version of Docker, and no system. So K3D is not happy.
Yeah, K3D probably won't run on Podman.
Yeah. So I'll jump to AWS virtual machine for now.
Actually, I'm sure that there must be some plans for K3D to run on Podman. I remember some, yeah, there is an open issue since 2019.
Yeah, I guess quicker still just be jumped to a full OS CentOS or something. What are you using? CentOS 7. So I could try. If I do AWS Linux, which is kind of CentOS 7.
Yeah, that should work.
Hey Roberto, did you delete Windows off your mini PC when you installed Ubuntu or whatever you installed for Linux?
I think, if I remember correctly, you said that you're going to, but for the resale value, you're like, just leave it on.
I left Windows because, it might become handy. For example, at the local summit, I needed to use Windows. I don't remember what was the reason, but, I just leave it there. Like, it's taking like 20 gigabytes, more than 20 gigabytes, but it's fine.
Okay.
that's gonna be my development cluster. That is my development cluster, so I don't really care. I'm destroying and sinking from the scratch almost every day. Okay, so I don't know what's happening with the latest K3S version and the ingress. I'm not sure why there is no ingress time. Um, Let me know if any of you face that.
I deployed mainnet today and did not encounter that.
What's your K3S version? Maybe.
Let me see. It was just whatever one I downloaded from that article that was in the Discord.
Okay, you said latest one
Yeah.
available, so that's probably it. I know I've been using 1.21 something, and it did work correctly. By the way, you can check K3S version with kubectl get nodes dash o y. I'm gonna share that here.
Yeah,
By the
I'll
way-
check that in a second.
Cool. I'm still sort of installing the prerequisites, so obviously don't slow down for me. Actually, I thought that this machine had homebrew on it, and it didn't, so I'm actually sort of having to do that now. But I'm gradually getting there, though.
No worries. I mean, I didn't expect that we all progressed at the same time because of the diversity of systems and setups. So, and I'm finding problems myself. So I'll be entertained for a while.
Roberto, this is not
Yeah.
super important, but is it possible to just increase the font size a little bit? Because I think the darkness of the
Is this enough?
just a little bit more will be good. Yeah, lovely, cool. Thank you very much.
Okay. Okay, so I think the ingress. I think I'm gonna state that I'm gonna uninstall K3S on the latest version.
Yeah, my version is actually older than that. I've got 1.19.
So I'm gonna install 1.21, which is the one I use in the mini PCs cluster, and it was working okay because it seems I will need to migrate the ingress, and given that there will probably be more people installing older versions than the latest one, I'm gonna keep the ingress in its current form by the moment. So what I'm gonna do is tap this. So this is the warning I've been ignoring all this time because I didn't get it using KApp, which is the tool I use in the command line, nor from Argo CD. This Ingress API has been deprecated and it's unavailable in the latest version. So it suggests that you use the version 1, and version 1 needs changes. So we need to migrate, for example, it complained about the service name, service port. These are probably renamed to whatever. I'm gonna open an issue on the repo to migrate the ingress. Oh, actually, yeah, there is already an issue for that. That's, I think. Does anyone know?
Someone commented this ingress deprecation in the channel. I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I was getting. So there is already an issue that someone opened, by the way. If anyone knows this new D guy, Edwin Tusar, full stack developer from Düsseldorf, Germany. There is someone silently deploying this thing in Germany.
Is that the same guy from before, or is this a new hidden guy?
No, this is the hidden guy that I don't know where is he working on. But yeah, he spotted this issue. Okay, so I just copy pasted in the correct Kubernetes version. It worked as suspected, but we needed to introduce some entropy, so this deploy party wasn't too boring. Here it is. It's syncing testnet, so I'm gonna deploy mainnet and make this virtual machine struggle a bit. Okay. Yeah. Server is burning now. And by the way, if you ever wondered, there is a default password for Postgres that we should change. That's something that it's easier using Argo CD, because with Argo CD we can actually give these overlays, these basic base templates, some input like which components to deploy, and it will selectively incorporate the templates or not, which password you want to use. But yeah, to have a first approach, to have a first taste of all of this, it's easier to deploy using just the templates.
Roberto, by any chance, are you streaming with the text sharp setting? Because for some reason on my end, like the quality has just really like gone down.
Using the what? Streaming, I haven't changed anything.
Yeah, you know when when you go into share screen, there's an option, there's a drop down menu option, which allows you to, the stream quality. It's either for better text readability or smoother video.
I do have frame rate, which is 60 frames per second, and max resolution is full HD 1080.
Do you see the bit that says it's got like a wait, yeah, if you go into screen share, like the option to start a new screen share.
Yep.
You see how it says what you're streaming channel, and then stream quality?
Yeah, stream quality.
Yeah, does it say better text readability or smoother video?
I don't have those. I have frame rate and resolution.
Oh, I'm assuming you're probably not using the native app.
Yep, this is the native one, because with my other client I cannot share a screen. So,
oh, that's really weird. Okay, yeah, never mind.
I can check the settings. So, maybe it's because this is Linux.
Maybe.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Maybe you need some
I can check
a few more
unlock
drivers.
HD video streaming with Discord Nitro.
Oh, you know what? Oh, yeah.
Much more better right now because it's not full screen.
Yeah.
But now my terminal is I don't know what.
Really weird.
Yeah, you see the same. Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool. Just just ignore that. We'll do that next time. We'll figure out the readability next time.
But now it's better.
I know. What the hell? It just sharpened up. Yeah, Tom's nodding as well.
Now it works.
Yeah,
Cool.
that's weird. Anyway, yeah, sorry about that. But yeah, thanks as well.
Thanks for.
Nice, working some magic.
It's amazing what happens when you put your readers on.
Okay, so this is downloading the snapshot. Server is probably not even swapping. There is a lot of load. It's cool. Does anyone remember what's the package for iOS stat? Nintendo's? Yeah, this is that. It's the same. Okay, no pressure on this. This is a good virtual machine, it seems. There is not too much oversetting. Tom, given that you already have everything working, could we try something like serving your deployment using the community service for qualified domain name? Like,
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't know how to do that or what exactly you're asking for, but
yeah. So
my one is responding on the mainnet now. It's still syncing, but it's up.
okay. So do you see my screen?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So
Okay, yeah.
for querying through your IP, we needed to include the host header specifying this mainnet.lockout domain. So if we want to serve your deployment behind the official GraphQL API.mainnet.dandelion.link, we need to create an extra ingress for that hostname.
I see.
So there is a really straightforward way to do that manually. It could be, for example, if you copy the testnet full resources, let's say resources, Dandelion, link, and all that you find in that directory is the ingress YAML. And as you can see, we only have this local. So there are two things that we need to change here. One is the name of the ingress resource, because it will collision with the local ones. So we will need to do something like, okay, let's change every name to main, something like this, or public, something like this, and then change the dot testnet local to dot link. Oops. So basically change the domain and add some prefix or suffix for the metadata name.
right. Well, yeah, I made those 2 changes.
Yeah, so what I did is search and replace for this and replace it with this extra.
Wait, say that again?
I searched and replaced name until this space and replaced it by all this
I see.
and that. Ooh, I think I just got IOG delegation. Woohoo!
Whoa!
Oh snap! Now it's a party.
Also, Kimball Pool.
Nice. Well
That's
done.
awesome. Congrats.
Oh, thanks. Oh man.
Alright, so Ricardo, I searched and replaced, and then I wasn't watching what you did next.
Okay, so you change the name for the resource, right?
Yes.
And then the other change was mainnet.local for mainnet.dandelion.link. So
Okay. Let me do that one too.
and I'm gonna apply those new files.
hey, Meld. I've got a quick question, Roberto. I think I've installed everything. Yeah, I've installed everything. I'm at the local deployment. Well, no, the setting up local K3D. But whenever I sort of run the copy and paste in the command, it's basically throwing up errors.
K3D not found.
Yeah,
Binary not-
yeah, error, yeah.
Yeah, that also happened to Stephen. That's why. That's because the installation instructions for macOS leave the binary in your local directory instead of placing it in some path that macOS search for binaries. So you will need to, and I think it was the same for Helm or kubectl. I cannot remember. Yeah, you will need to do.
I think I got IOG delegation too, but I didn't even ask for it.
That's even better.
Oh yeah. So Roberto, did you and Gimbal, like, did you guys actually like apply for it?
Yeah, I did apply for. Actually, I don't remember if I applied for Gimbal too, but I think James did.
Cool.
But we got both, thankfully, this time.
Yeah. It's interesting if, folks who are not even applied, yeah, like Ron, actually got it. That's interesting.
I'm really surprised by that. I'm wondering if somebody like applied for me or something.
No, but this round you could have been
Nominated by someone else. Yeah.
Ah, okay, that's right.
Mm.
I do remember that. Okay, then somebody nominated me then. So I definitely didn't apply.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
That's karma, Ron. Such a nice guy. It's coming back to you.
All right. I'll take it.
So what are you doing with the meld command there, Ricardo?
By the way, I'm Robert. Robert Carlos, like the soccer player. You won't forget that one. Yeah, I was comparing because the local ingress with the public I modified because it complained about the submit API, but it's actually okay. So it created the rest of them, but for some reason, Meld it's a graphical user interface for div, which is very very convenient. But yeah, I cannot spot the issue. So.
Fuck. Roberto, by the way, I just ran the sudo command, and it seems like you might have been onto something with regards to Helm, and the other directories.
Can you check? Well, can you replace K3D by Helm and it should work?
Right, cool.
I mean, I think both were downloading the binary to your local directory instead of placing it wherever it makes sense for you. More sense for macOS because USR local bin it's the directory for Ubuntu or any Linux, but I'm not sure if in macOS there is some other better place.
Yeah, I've swapped it around. So sudo mv helm, and then the whole user local bin helm, and it's just said no such directory, no such file or directory, or nv and helm.
Okay, so can you execute Helm version, K3D version, and I mean basically all the requirements, all the dependencies.
All right,
version?
so yeah, Helm.
Which one works?
Cool. Helm is version 3.7.0.
Cool.
Yep. And then what was the next one?
K3D.
Okay, K3D version. Yep, that thing's not found.
Not found?
Yeah. But then when I actually did run the sudo mv k3d, and it actually accepted that. It even asked me for my password. So
yeah, so if it didn't complain, maybe it's I have those notes from
no, actually
okay.
Looking back, it did actually complain. They asked me for my password and then went on to say mv rename k3d to path no such file or directory.
Let me check the notes from yeah, so it was customized, which didn't work for Steven. K3D did. So what did the K3D installation told you? Did it complain? Or
okay. I'll have a look, because actually, now that I think of it, I think I installed the 3 requirements and I skipped the first one, so that might have been the issue. Because they're linked and they're highlighted, so for some reason my eyes just went to kubectl.
okay.
Customize and Helm. So yeah, sorry about that. Let me rectify that.
No problem. I throw the snippet to place customize in the proper folder.
All right, cool, awesome.
We know that one won't be placed in.
Cool, thank you.
I gotta bail, guys. So
cool, Steve.
It's a lot of fun.
See you next week.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
Thank you.
All right, cheers. Take care. Bye.
Hey, Steve.
I will walk you through this about exposing your deployment using the community service hostname when we figure out what's going on here.
Yeah, let me know how they go about that. I'll get her done. I mean, I do have I have an exposed domain name for the server, so.
Okay. We are just a couple of steps away from it.
Cool.
This
Thank you
this
so much.
video is gonna be made available, right? The recording.
Yeah, it's gonna be a crappy one though, because I realized that whenever I go to a different desktop, you know, the screen actually, you know, the background processors kill the the video, so
Oops.
it's sort of, you know, give and take. But I think the audio will be consistent, and I'm trying my best. But yeah, I'll make it available to whoever wants it.
Okay, cool. Hopefully, good.
Roberto, quick question. So am I doing both K3S and K3D or just K3D?
No, K3D,
Okay.
because you cannot use K3S on Mac OS.
Okay, cool. Thank
So
you.
you need.
Awesome. Thank you.
Hi, Roberto. I've got so far through, it's saying can't find customization.yaml file. Which step creates that?
You need to clone the repository and execute everything from the root directory of the Git repository. So it might be that. I'm adding a note for that right now.
Cool.
I just put the syntax in the live chat to do that and to see the end of the directory.
Thank you. No, so it was installed properly on. You should be able to run K3D now. Hey, the setup local K3D step, you should be able to do that now.
Awesome. Cool.
Caso, where are you at? You're too quiet.
Yeah, no, I have all deployed, but at the same time I documenting all because I feel more comfortable for the future, because I know that tomorrow or next week I will forget stuff. So yeah, I'm a bit slowly, but
Thank you so much, man.
Yeah, documentation is definitely needed. I think others could probably help others too.
Yeah, I have it
yeah,
for
sure,
Ubuntu.
the Redmi is good, but when you create your own schemas, your own documentation, you feel more comfortable.
For Ubuntu, I have almost a full script from like a clean install.
That's awesome. I mean, I assume too much things. Even if I go 20 times through the README, I always think that it's more than enough. But you need to bear with me.
I'm not a deployment guy or YAML guy, so I'm trying to do for dummies.
Camin, have you faced something like this?
What?
I just changed it. I just changed the ingress from local. I just changed it, as you can see, the host and the name for the ingress resource, and all the other ingress were applied, but for some reason the submit API one is failing. And I'm thinking that it might be some indentation problem.
Can you show the output, YAML?
I'm not applying the output. I'm applying this separate ingress YAML. But yeah, I can show you.
Under path, there is path name, path type, backend. In the left chat, there is an example from
but I haven't changed that, and you can see we don't have that for the rest, and it worked. But for some reason, when I changed the name and the host name, it didn't. Yeah, I mean, I could add path type. I don't know what to put here. Prefix, path name, root.
Camel case prefix.
Like this.
Well, use the key.
Okay.
No, path name. Remove the path name.
Like that?
Okay. Yes.
Yeah. So it looks like it's some indentation.
You need the full spec.
But it wasn't there. I mean, it should work. But there is something that changed. I don't know what. I don't know.
The tabs, I think
they are all spaces. When I tap with Vim, it's spaces. You know what? I'm gonna do something. I have no idea what was wrong with it, but it happened the same for mainnet. No, for mainnet it was okay. Cool. Tom, have you managed to apply the new ingresses?
Do we overwrite it, or we just do this apply with the path to the?
Yeah, just apply with this new ingress YAML.
Okay, let me try that.
And this means that now I should be able to ebook. Yep. So I can now request the external hostname to my deploy. And once you apply yours, I should be able to do the same. It says 404 right now.
I'm getting some errors. I think it's to do with my file.
Like the one I was getting?
No, this is getting error when creating the ingress.yaml public Cardano submit API is invalid. Metadata name invalid value. I'm gonna open the file here.
Maybe you use an underscore?
Yeah, let me look. I see. Yeah, pardon my. Yeah, I think I see what's up. It'll take a second to fix. And it was just the name and the host,
Yep.
but not the host term that is like there's a new line after it before under the TLS section. That one doesn't matter.
Yeah, we are not generating valid certificates for it, so.
Okay.
But if you change both, it will be more consistent. Actually, better change both.
Okay.
Because I'm not sure if traffic will route requests for the HTTPS port if you don't do that.
So the host, that's the same in all instances. It's a submit API, or are we just changing testnet to mainnet?
Could you say it again?
Yeah, you did a search and replace on the
On
host.
the host. Yeah.
So it should be submit API and for everyone.
No, each one. I mean, I just replaced testnet.local
I see.
for testnet.dandelion.link. Yeah, leave everything else as it is. And for the name, just add the prefix.
All right, yeah, it's gonna take me a second because I had several errors there.
I'm stuck again. I'm trying to do the run kube control, and it can't find a server on port 8080. That's supposed to be Postgres.
No, that's the Kubernetes API for interacting with Kubernetes for getting pod list and And that's because, yeah, can you check? So you probably use a different terminal for than the one that you use to deploy K3D, right? You SSH into another window or something.
No, it's the same one, but I found I've had to sudo to run some of the commands, and then some of the piles on around.
Okay, maybe just try this. I lost it. So replace cluster name with, I think the default one was Dandelion testnet, and the output could be, your home directory /.cube or wherever path, and then export the kubeconfig environment variable using that file. Then kubectl should work. Yeah. That's the credentials file, the one containing the URL for the Kubernetes API.
Yeah, that's a problem I've run into also. That's a lot of tweaking I had to do was to run kube control without sudo. It's just a couple little things that I have to apply at every login. I just applied the ingress file without errors.
Okay, that's for testnet, right?
No, this was mainnet. Or I don't know. I used the testnet as a template, the testnet file.
Okay.
But I was updating it to mainnet.
Is this the IP?
Yeah, that's the IP. Yeah. It's not
Okay.
working.
Look, can you run this? I can.
Yeah.
So So if
but it's mainnet, right, for me.
Oh yeah, wherever.
Yeah.
Actually, I applied the wrong. I just realized that I applied the wrong one for mainnet.
Okay, so I've got that output. And so for the hosts, some are showing mainnet.link, some are showing mainnet.local.
So they look good. Like,
Yeah. Should it be? Mine's mainnet.link, not mainnet.dandelion.link. Is that
yeah.
the issue? Okay, let me fix that.
Okay, and I'm gonna add my IP. No, I should then add my IP to the DNS until this deploy reaches tip, so people don't get weird responses, styled responses. And this is where this global load balancer will become handy, I guess. Like if we manage to add some checks for the tip, there is some deployment not synced up to the tip, we shouldn't return the IP for it.
Okay, I applied that again.
Okay. I guess. Yeah.
Nice.
So, and yours is still syncing.
Yes.
Okay. Well, that will be ready to be included in the community service. Now we have a way to account for how many requests you're getting, so we can compensate those.
And how do you account those?
We don't have a way right now. I was searching researching Cloudflare just in case they have something. They don't seem to have anything because at the DNS level, I'm using the proxy DNS, so I was expecting that they had some metrics from their load balancer because they are actually intelligent load balancers, not DNS servers, but they don't. So we need to put something in place like that global load balancer, and if there are some hits to my global load balancer that routes traffic to yours, I can account those, and you can account any that come to mind. Still, that will be a bit unideal because we will need to merge our stats to have a global view of the traffic. So yeah, I need to go on researching on solutions. Or maybe just deploy some load balancer on my side that route the traffic to every other deployment and account traffic there. So a centralized solution by the one. That will be the easiest thing to do right now.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Roberto, with Customize, In the documentation, it says version 4.1 point whatever. Is that the preferred version?
That's I'm gonna edit that and say greater than, because I know, for example, Steven deployed with the latest version and it worked. This was because there were some breaking changes between 4.0 and 4.1. So I will leave it like greater than
Awesome, cool, thanks.
4.1. Thank you. Good one. Catch.
John, how goes AWS?
So I can't see my endpoints now. I'm getting 404s.
And did it apply every resource?
Looked like it had. So
Yeah. So K3D, can you check which K3S version it deployed with this? Maybe deploy the latest one, and you run into the same problem than me, that we need to migrate those ingress YAML files to the latest spec.
is that those two latest controls here?
Nope, that one should work.
I feel like I'm setting up Cardano Node for the first time, and I'm just hacking things in, see what happens. God, sorry.
No, I'm just thinking why it's saying, can you get bots? Maybe it's because the service. No, actually, can you get service like this? And maybe even just curl again. Probably it works now because everything looks fine.
I'll try the point again.
Yeah, so it looks good.
for a full page not found when I'm trying to find my Postgres?
Are you literally copy pasting the curl from the
This one.
yeah, so this one. Yeah, so the ingress is there, and obviously traffic is responding. What the hell? Is the pod up already? Maybe it's not, and that's why when you get pod, check for the status.
That looks good.
Oh, evicted, pending. Why? I can think of a couple of things. Can you run this? Video get status of this one. Yeah, well, that's just. That should give us a status condition for your worker node. Maybe it has some disk space problem, disk pressure. Yay, that's great. That means that you have a Kubernetes running.
Awesome. Cool. Thank you.
This pressure. Okay, maybe how much this space, free disk space, does that instance have? Probably less than 80% at this moment.
Yes.
Then that's it.
Okay.
Sure. So that's another interesting thing about Kubernetes. Whenever you have this pressure, and that means a couple of things. For example, too less free space, it won't schedule pods running on that worker node. Just in case they cause problems, bring the whole node down. So those are the conveniences and inconveniences of Kubernetes.
Yeah, Elasticsearch does a similar thing.
Right.
Yeah, that's tripped me up a couple of times.
I'm glad that I just remembered that, because that's a typical thing that you forget and go crazy looking into.
This is why DevOps guys just end up like savants because they don't really know where the knowledge came from. It was just, at some point back in the time, I hacked and found a solution.
Yeah. Well, that you got to a decent point. I mean, whenever you manage to install that on your CentOS or Fedora, you will be good. I mean,
I think so.
As you've seen, this wasn't as easy as 1, 2, 3. Maybe there were some caveats, but yeah,
it's not too bad. Yeah.
So, do we have any other problems or success? Oh, Stripe is building a new crypto team to build the future of Web3 payments. I wonder.
Yeah, they're super late, man. If any company was, really well positioned to give someone like Coinbase a run for the money, it's Stripe. But then they've been so slow to actually, explore crypto. It's it's weird. But now apparently, Coinbase is like, yo, we need some of this NFT money. So they're going to be starting, I think, a marketplace. They announced like a few hours ago an NFT marketplace.
Anyway, it's good news, I suppose. It's not PayPal, but it's good to see some adoption from the legacy world. So.
Yeah, Roberto. When I was trying to run the to render the K8s manifests, this is the error that I was getting.
Work injector.
Yep, you need to switch to wherever you clone at the repository. If you did that.
I did. Actually, I'll copy paste the response because I think it was like
Did you do that?
can't be found or yeah, because you very generously pasted in the 2 to move.
A.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. I muted myself when I thought I'd unmuted myself. Apologies. Yeah, I did move it. I'll copy paste my my response because here you were very kind enough to.
No, that's not the problem. I mean, did you git clone the repository, the Dandelion repository?
Okay, that I do not remember git cloning anything at any point. Yeah, because I'm just following. I'm following the README like verbatim.
Yeah, that's one of the things we've come across 3 times in this group. So I will explicitly said that and not expect that the files come from the sky.
Yeah, I was wondering because it's pointing to a particular directory which I do not remember actually creating locally. So I was like, what's going on?
I'm not sure where to state that in the README, but I'm just gonna add an extra section after setting the local K3D.
Cool. Yeah, that sounds like a good place.
Thanks for that recurrent snippet, Tom. I'm just gonna copy paste it to the README.
How can I restart my pods that got evicted?
You can just delete all of them. You can kubectl delete pod -n namespace and then pod names. But if what's the purpose? Have you increased the disk or?
So I've increased my disk space, and they're still listing as evicted, obviously.
Okay, that shouldn't happen if if you restarted the Kubernetes scheduler should have refreshed the state, if I'm not wrong. But yeah, you can delete them. That's the way you. Well, there are two ways to restart pods. One is scaling down the deployment or stateful set or whatever abstraction from Kubernetes that creates the pods. You can scale down to 0, then scale up to 1, and that's a restart. Or you can delete them, and given that the scheduler has a scale replicas set to 1, it will recreate them. So
okay,
those are the two ways. So just kubectl, I'm gonna put it in the lab. Delete pod, Dandelion, testnet, 1, 2, 3.
Did you commit that change?
No.
Yeah, because I refreshed and I thought, what's going on? Cool, thanks.
Sorry. You know, my commits, I don't know if you can see. No, I'm using my ledger to sign my commits.
Yeah, I remember.
They are a bit slow. That's cool. A cool snippet, Tom.
I think it worked. I'm waiting for one to sync that I built using that process, but I think you could almost run the whole thing that way.
Do you feel like creating an official blog post? I need to create some Medium account or something.
Yeah, I'm happy to make that more complete. I need to test it out a little more, but yeah, I'd definitely be interested in that. But it's still the whole process. That's the weird thing, is that I'm doing 2 installs simultaneously on 2 identical servers, and they both, it was stuck. The DB sync was stuck in that init stage for a really long time, and I was watching. But anyways, the one continued to give me problems, and then the other one, I did something, and everything seemed to come up right away. I'm still a little fuzzy about what happened there.
Maybe you deployed main branch on the last one, because I included some changes that Camin sent me.
Okay.
Maybe that's it. I need to, by the way, I'm gonna do it right now. I'm gonna delete the update, the old branches, just.
Yeah, that makes sense, because this is the second one I started, so maybe that happened.
I mean, there was a race condition between DBSync and the Cardano node socket, something I tried to fix in the past, but did work sometimes and some other not. And Camin sent me a patch that finally fixed it. So
yeah, that sounds like the problem I'm having.
Okay, branch is deleted. Minimum requirements were wrong. Let's say we are now here. Did the deletion work, John?
Partially. So I think they all kicked back in again. I'm not 100% because I don't recognize what should be running yet. But then I ended up with Postgres restarting and going to error state.
Oh.
Deleted it again.
That's.
And it's now in crash leave back off status.
Okay, that's probably because some file corruption. Did you restart, reboot the server, right?
No.
Nope.
I did.
What?
It was on the fly file space increase.
Okay.
So I haven't needed to. So shall I just restart Docker?
That should have ordered shut down every service, but I cannot put my the hand on the fire for all the moving parts. But yeah, we can check. I mean, actually, all this is a good exercise oops, to check the internals. You can check what Postgres is saying with this. And A, can you switch to Bash and try to render? Now I'm gonna add another. So in requirements, Bash. If you are using Mac OS, try using Docker time problems using CSH. Sure. Oh. What the hell? You know what? This is the good thing. You can throw the whole namespace to the trash and just apply again the output YAML file. kubectl apply. Well, you will need to create the namespace, which is the line above the apply, I think, and then apply the output YAML, and that should start from the scratch, and it should work now that you have free space.
Okay.
That's the quickest path.
Clean. Frag. Restart.
By the way, Roberto, well, I can see on screen that that you have pushed. When I refresh, for some reason, it's not showing up on my end.
There is nothing I can do with CDN caches.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It's only the bash as requirement what I can.
Cool.
So, Tom, are you gonna? I mean, did you delete your testnet deployment and you only have mainnet right now?
Yeah, I did. I wasn't watching it for a while, and the testnet crashed at one point. But yeah, right now I have this one mainnet that's up, and then I have another mainnet I'm deploying. But those are the hosted servers, and then I hope to have a free home server within the next few days. I could do a testnet as well.
Cool.
Do I need to apply the ingress in a similar way for testnet?
Yeah, if you want to serve the testnet behind the community service also, you will need to. I mean, I'm not asking you even to deploy the testnet. I asked the guys who received some funds from the first incentivation to run both, because community services both. And feel free. Just wanted to make sure that I don't need to check for the testnet to include it in the DNS when it's ready.
Well, yeah, I'll let you know, because it's just this one that's active right now. But as more get up and running, I'll let you know.
Okay. Thank you.
Roberto, I'm getting an error in GraphQL. Postgres is running good. I can send queries.
GraphQL will take now a lot of time to bring up. I mean, you need to.
It's I query to GraphQL and say path gateway.
Yeah, because for GraphQL to work, it needs dbsync to reach a close point to the tip with the node. If it does not, it won't work. That's something I need to do, something similar to what I do for dbsync, to make it wait until the sync is full. But by the moment, we just need to wait and maybe delete the pod, because probably GraphQL will go in some inconsistent state. So whenever the dbsync reaches tip, you will need to delete the pod and it restarts, and you will be able to query.
How can I restart a specific pod?
Delete the pod. Just kubectl delete pod. There is a snippet for that in the live chat.
Okay.
Like this.
Okay, perfect.
Nice. They will be recreated automatically. That's basically a restart.
Okay, perfect. So there is nothing wrong with the play. For me, I was like, oh, what am I doing wrong?
Yeah, man, that's annoying, because it didn't happen before. You could query GraphQL for the sync progress at least, but now it don't.
No problem.
Cool. Well, I'm there too. I think Postgres is responding. Just waiting for GraphQL now.
Yeah, so if you can execute this curl. Yes. Test local, and it returns a row indicating whatever epoch number. Whoa. It seems my main deploy crashed. Probably this is too much for a single server to do at the same time. Testnet and mainnet. But yeah, if you receive epoch rows from that query, then you're no. What do you get?
Permission denied for table epoch. Is that?
No, that doesn't make sense.
Yeah,
That sounds.
I haven't seen that.
That looks like some other race condition. No. Yeah. It deleted the namespace, so the data volumes were gone also. Are all the pods for you in running state now?
All running apart from one that says completed, which is
Okay.
CraigDB read only.
That's the one that you have created the user. Yeah, the read-only user for Postgres.
So that should be in completed state.
Yeah, it should be in completed state. Then it disappears after some time. There is some garbage collection that I don't know.
Just race. So I try querying again. Fuck. Got permission denied.
No, I mean there must be some race condition where the job finishes after the Postgres is already running. Let me try this. Okay, my mainnet is
different Postgres name.
Oh yeah, sorry. Remove the last part and just press tab. It should autocomplete the name. If kubectl did install the patch completion, which I'm not sure.
It's deleting it.
Roberto, whilst that's happening, a quick question. I'm still waiting for this cache to actually sort itself out. So the commit that you made still hasn't come all the way through. But my question is, so I've already I've taken Steve's wonderful advice. I've changed it into Bash, but I'm still getting the same thing, right? Then I was thinking that maybe it's because I changed directory into the directory that they pointed to, but then that shouldn't be a thing.
If you did what Steven suggested,
yeah.
You change the shell, but you need to reopen a new window for it to be effective.
Okay.
Or you can execute Bash. Cheers.
Well, I know whatever way I installed Customize, I had to copy it to my local bin before I could execute it. If I remember correctly, that's the error you were getting to, was Customize not found.
But also
Okay.
I think the problem is that looking for the.
I have a sneeze.
Yeah, trust me, I've been having it super bad. Like I'm having to use a towel to. Never mind. But sorry, carry on, Roberto.
I was saying that I think your shell is picking the comments as part of the command or something like that.
Yeah, I reran it, having deleted the comment as I typed
Okay.
in, and it just said, "Oh yeah, by the way, the comment not found got bypassed," but then he was still saying that.
Can you
Customize.
check customize?
Yeah.
Is...
Did you install customize?
Fuck yeah.
Oops. Yeah. That. What that does that list return? Because maybe it's just that you need to do this, which I'm not sure that you did it.
Okay, so the first one. Oh, not there. Over here. So first one, copy, paste, enter. Oh fuck. I actually entered the one that was meant for John. The delete pod.
But it should have not delete anything, so no
Yeah.
problem.
Let's see. The fuck.
Yeah, so it's not installed at all.
That's weird
try
because earlier he told me that the customize 4.1.0 is basically, because I had to update it from 3 something. I updated it and yeah, he told me that it's actually updated, so it's a bit weird. Okay, cool. Just ignore me. I'm gonna go through the whole documentation and try and.
I have no idea what happened.
Yeah, that's okay. But anyway, yeah. I mean, we've been going on for quite some time now. I feel like it's probably dinner time, your time. Although I can't hear the utensils, so that probably means that you're the one making dinner.
No, I have already. I already knew that this would take more than usual, so I already have had dinner.
Okay, cool. Thinking ahead. Okay, so I mean, I don't want to take up too much of your time, so just let me know, roughly when you're looking to call it, so I don't end up, taking up too much of your time.
I was basically waiting for you that you are really close to deploy. Just to check if John fixed the Postgres problem. No, it didn't. Then
No, still there.
Too. I have all the dependencies. So the next step after that is just copy paste the command for setting up the local K3D. Or maybe I'm not ready for it. It's a little farther down.
Okay, try and copy paste the three next steps, and let's see where it takes us, because we have to look into some race condition already. Maybe you can contribute with some other weird problem.
Let me see what happens.
So I just tried deleting again the name.
Abul, but you will need. There is a way to fix that. easily, that it will be to recreate the job for creating the read-only user. But you will need to open the output YAML file and copy paste the job to a different file and apply it, or use a different tool to extract it automatically. I use kfield, which very convenient for extracting specific resources from a YAML file. But yeah, it's easier just to
edit. So that's in overlays.
You can search for job
testnet full
capital JOB, and it should take you to the part of the file.
JOB.
Yeah.
Roboto, what file am I editing?
Okay.
Say it again.
Wait, am I the one editing a file? It's you.
No, just
okay. Okay. Yeah, because I thought you said A, and that's what I was like. Okay, I'm trying to find that. Okay. Never mind.
What are you doing with Docker pull and Docker run?
Yeah.
No, you need to install that binary, not the Docker image.
Oh.
I mean, you could use it like that, but not like that. That will complicate the thing.
So okay, that's
install
what.
Install customize just the binary.
Okay, I'll try to find out how to do that.
I just posted how I installed Customize.
Okay, awesome, cool. I'll search through the thing.
I don't know if it'll work in your system, but
yeah, I think it does. I think that's how Steven did it, but I'm not sure.
So I've grabbed the portion of YAML from between the
dashes. Yep.
Between the dashes. Put that in a separate YAML file. So how do I execute that now?
And apply it in the same way you apply the output YAML with all the resources. Just use this.
Q control, apply, validate, pulse, namespace, overlays. Cool.
Yep.
I got a whole bunch of errors when I tried to create my cluster, but unfortunately I gotta run right now. But can I hit you up tomorrow, Roberto?
Sure, anytime. If you can copy paste those errors so I can think about them, it would be helpful.
Okay, yeah, I'll definitely do that.
Thank you, mate.
All right, guys, continue the party. Party hard. I'll see you guys.
Cheers, Ron.
Cheers.
Congratulations on the delegation.
Yeah, well done.
Yay.
That was definitely not expected, but I'm grateful. All right, guys. Later.
Cheers.
Pleasure.
Bye. All right. What the hell? So, I see that is done.
Did it apply?
Yes. And pasted my output.
Oh, cool. That's something. It's it has sync epoch number 0 already. So I need to look into that. I'm not sure what might be causing that race condition, because I wait until there is some data in the database, then I create a user. But yeah, yes. I just created the issue in GitLab, and we'll take a look.
Mm-hmm.
But cool. That means that you are empowered to deploy mainnet also. Just need to replace every testnet occurrence by mainnet, and it should work. Restoring from the snapshot, which is now the default behavior, and that takes like, how many hours is taking for you, Tom?
To be honest, I'm not really sure, because some of them are taking a very long time, but I think it may be related to what we were discussing earlier. But anyways, I still haven't synced yet, and that's been all day.
So this is the DB sync portion.
Yeah.
And it's
For testnet, it syncs from DB sync. From the node, everything from the scratch. There are no snapshots in place just yet. There are some snapshots in an S3 bucket that the Camin found, but we haven't included the support for those. We are using public URLs that IOG, I don't know if released it, but we found them. But we are not using the S3 bucket. Because for testnet, there are no public URLs. You need to actually list files for the bucket and grab the snapshot. So it's a different approach.
Okay. So shall I just keep this testnet node running, let it finish, and start a fresh one? Yeah, and put on mainnet.
I wouldn't spend money on AWS if that wasn't your first intention. Yes, it served as exercise. You crash at your phone a bug, but feel free to destroy it.
Well, maybe I'll let it finish sync anyway. So that'll be fun. Maybe a day or two. Cheap enough. So then, how do you know when it's at tip?
GraphQL should work. I'm not sure if it will recover automatically. So with this snippet that is in the README, it should say sync percentage 100%. There is a curl for that in the README. But I am not sure if that's accurate. So checking which epoch is it at would be the best way to do it.
Okay.
Like, okay, and you might wonder how you know what's the current epoch for testnet. I will say using the public explorer, this one. Hey, that's not a common. I think
Basically, I copy pasted the whole. Oh, just give me one moment.
Did you change into the Git repo? CD.
and probably you copy pasted that from one of your errors. So you took this greater than.
Yep.
I mean, that's part of a customized build command, but it's a multi-line, split line command. So you copy pasted something incomplete.
There's the complete thing.
Yeah, then you are not in the. Okay, you are not in the Git repository. You need to cd whatever directory.
Into it. Okay.
You clone it the repository.
Okay, because I did that in the. I did
You're
that in the other. Thanks. I did that in the other terminal instance or window, but when I created the new one in Bash, I forgot about that. But yeah, cool. Thanks. We'll do. Okay. Yeah, I've changed directory, and it seems to be saying the same thing.
No, it says customized not. Oh, wait. Have you deleted your previous command? Did it say customized not found, or did it say other thing? Because I assume it's still not finding the customized binary for some reason. So maybe you are more than a couple of steps away of deploying this thing. You and me have something to fix tomorrow, so maybe we can take this offline and check it tomorrow if we have enough time.
Yeah.
I have some other meeting at let me check. 11 UTC that we can meet at any time before that.
Yeah, that sounds that sounds good.
Take some honey.
I'm not sure. It's I think it's more hay fever than anything than a cold. But yeah.
same deal. Honey's good for everything. My family recommends apple cider vinegar and honey for hay fever. Tastes rank, but does the job.
That's interesting. I've never heard of that. But we do have apple cider. Haven't got honey though, so I might have to get that and try that. Yeah, because the apple cider vinegar is rank. I agree. It's just But
apparently, the more local the honey, the better as well.
I always pick 5 kilograms of local honey. That's why I never run out of honey.
Wow, good shout.
I brew mead, so I have like 20 gallons of honey right now.
Oh, wow. These are all stashes of honey that we need to back rather than ours.
I think I need to invest in some honey futures.
Oh man, that might be a really good investment soon.
Yeah.
How is this flag in your places? There is a Chinese or Japanese. It's not the bee. The other. How you call it?
It's like a hornet or something.
Hornets. The velutin, the Japanese hornet, which is killing bees, humans. Here in Spain, we have some spots. We are having trouble with them. It's really, really invasive. Although I've heard that bees have developed a melee tactic to tackle to attack the hornet and kill it. But basically,
wow.
they my English is broken.
It's that time of the day.
Asphyxiated.
Yeah.
That's how they are. Thankfully, because it didn't look good. By the way, Caso, do I need to say congrats? You also got the IOG delegation, right? You didn't check.
Wait.
I
You
checked.
did.
I didn't get it.
Oh yeah, I got
Nice.
the Telegram notification. Oh, but I needed it.
Excellent.
That's good.
3 on one call. That's insane.
I know.
This is,
Yeah.
thank you to
I am not
Dandelion
leaving.
Party. This is because Dandelion Party, they know we are here.
It's an indication.
And Tom, you didn't get it.
I didn't get it, but I'm still. I got lucky with the min swap visa a few months ago, so I'm pretty happy.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
What about Fluid? Is it doing great?
I'm too young, I think. No one knows about me. I launched, 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago, maybe? So.
It's never too early. I saw Husky Pool getting IOG delegation like in their first weeks. There is a really pretty husky behind that pool.
Exactly. I was gonna say that.
I need to work on my sex appeal.
Indeed.
Yeah, that seems to count for a lot in the space.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah.
Okay, guys. I think I'm gonna go get some rest until I need to talk to A in a while.
Yeah, in a few hours. Man, yeah, this has been super awesome, guys. Thank you for your patience and just all your feedback. And Tom, by the way, the 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 help that you gave in terms of your solution to customize actually worked. So thank you for that as well.
Okay, good.
Yeah. So yeah, thank you guys. And Casso, the fact that you got a notification, and it didn't actually occur to you to to check it, it means that you're focused. When people are
Yeah,
like
with
checking
the documentation,
notifications.
I have to do it. And also, I have the notifications disabled in the Telegram.
Yeah,
That's why.
yeah. That's a very wise. That's a very
By
wise
the way,
decision.
right
Yeah.
today, I discovered. Well, I saw an interview to Spanish gangsters. Um, and not that young people, where most people said that they had notifications turned off by default, and ring notification for calls also turned off. That was interesting.
That's the way.
Yeah, I have all of them. I am on 24/7 do not disturb mode, and my ringer is off as well. So yeah.
I go switching on and off all the day. Sometimes I forgot about switching on, but that's fine, I suppose.
But yeah,
the same.
guys, thank you very much. And most of all, thank you, Roberto. I look forward to, we'll do some stuff tomorrow, but also I just look forward to next week and just, refining this process, to the point where, like anyone could just come along and just boom, 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 do it. Like so far, it's been really good. Obviously, there've been some hiccups here and there, but overall, it's actually been quite good. And, I can definitely see how to like streamline the communication of it, especially visually, in a way that even newbies can be able to be like, okay, what system am I on? Okay, here are the steps to follow. Okay, boom, or what are the dependencies, and just to the point where they're up and running.
At some point, we might have some different levels of documentation. I always frame it this like being for system administrators or DevOps only. But if we want to make let's say a real impact, it should be as easy as 1, 2, 3 for anybody. Then troubleshooting those installations, that will be a complete whole different story, where you probably need someone that knows HTTP protocol and Postgres and that. But that's again a good thing, I guess, for the top professional operators that can lend a hand to that people that run the node and need some help and can use the one-on-one DApp from Gimbal Labs to find some operator skill operator. I don't know. There is a lot of entropy on this setup to be able to just deploy and forget. But we will get there. I'm inspired by this DApp node. That it's working with many different projects. It seems that they are doing great, and they don't use Kubernetes, but plain host system deploys. They probably use systemd. I haven't checked that project in a long time, but they allow anybody to deploy DApp nodes, and they sell this bundled solution. We will need to consider what direction we want to take that.
Yeah, I was in the playground earlier. Martin was trying to do his demo of his EPOS device, but he couldn't do the live demo in the end because his node was on 1.29, and that wouldn't talk now to the to the testnet. So yeah, it's like, that's going to be a problem for a long time because the iterations just keep coming and they're all breaking changes.
Yeah. That's something that I imagine is that it would be great to have different operators offering different versions, but it's not always possible. For example, you cannot support GraphQL version 4 because it's not compatible with the DB-Sync latest schema, which is needed to cross the hard fork. So it's a huge mess. It's gonna be a huge mess for some hard forks in the near future. But
It's more exciting this way.
yeah,
Exactly.
living on the really bleeding edge.
Exactly.
Okay,
indeed.
guys,
Awesome. Thanks, Roberto. Loved it.
have a good night.
Yeah.
Thank
See
you.
you.
See you all.
Thank you, Roberto. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
See you next week.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.